Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and actually customize a product manager resume for Uber Eats. So this is a senior product manager position over there at Uber for eater growth. I'm going to be giving you some tips and some tricks on how you can go out there and set your resume up. As always, I've taken out the names and actual, real contact information, so you don't know who this person is. But we have helped people get into Uber before, and everything from the top down, you can go ahead and basically reference from this template. Having said that, though, if you want to get access to it, it's in this Airtable right here where we have, as you can see, a bunch of other resources that we're getting ready to go ahead and drop. So I'm going to be talking about this resume. I'm also going to be talking about this cover letter. Make sure you stay all the way until the end because I'm going to be showing you some tips here. If you are specifically going for a role, what are some things that you can go out there and do? So starting off from the very top down, we have a senior product manager position for eater growth. I'm a big fan of Uber Eats. In fact, if you are here, you'll see that my team and I just ordered some right now, and we just chomped down. It was fantastic. I love Uber Eats, especially here in New York. So anyways, this is a senior product manager role. So I want to be very transparent. There's a lot of people out there that are gunning for a product manager role right now that are either transitioning into product management or they're senior and experienced product managers. If you are going for, I would say, very, very, very senior level roles, I still recommend for people to have a very generally optimized product manager resume for as many positions as possible. The reason for that is job hunting is a numbers game. It's a numbers game. You could spend a lot of time customizing your resume and still not get the interview just because of some fail-safe within the ATS. Having said that, though, I know a lot of you guys don't care what I have to say, and if you're going to go ahead and customize it, you might as well go ahead and do it right. Because a lot of people that are like, well, what about, and I'm like, I don't know, unless you actually have more testimonials than I do in terms of the number of people that we've gotten product manager jobs for at all these other companies, I don't think you have that much data. But a lot of people that are spending time customizing their resume, they're not even doing it correctly if they were to go ahead and do it. So with that said, let's go ahead and give you guys some tips. So what are the responsibilities here? Let's go out there and take a look at this. If you don't have 5 years of experience, don't worry about it. The person that originally held this resume that was going for the Uber job, they also didn't have 5 years of experience. 5, 7, 10 years, those are very arbitrary numbers. I've said this a million times. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and don't let a number go ahead and rob you. I mean, imagine how fantastic your life is going to go ahead and be working at Uber Eats. So definitely go ahead and apply. Don't let that deter you. The second thing here is, let's take a look from the top down. As a senior product manager on the team, you will be responsible for driving growth for a critical user segment by developing and implementing innovative approaches to acquire and retain customers, increase orders, optimize user experience, and user engagement. So you'll be working closely with data science, blah, 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 deep customer. So here's what you want to go ahead and do. To make your background seem very relevant for this role, there are ways that you can go ahead and play with your titles. If you have the product manager title, if you do not have the product manager title, you definitely need to call us to get the skills. You should never ever lie about your title, ever. But you ever notice sometimes they say product manager, comma, user growth, or product manager, comma, growth, or product manager, comma, strategy, or product manager, comma, something, 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 user acquisition. I don't know a product manager that's working right now that isn't worried about user growth, user acquisition, customer acquisition, user engagement or experience optimization. So the thing is, this right here, one of the key differentiators to make you immediately stand out, don't just call yourself a senior product manager, associate product manager. Give yourself a specialization, comma, whatever, and focus a lot of your experience on just around the projects that you led that where you have to produce those types of outcomes, right? So if you're talking about product manager, comma, user growth, developed and implemented innovative strategies to drive growth for a critical user segment, resulting in a 20% increase in customer acquisition and retention rates. Okay, Oh, voila. Well, this person seems like they might be a good fit. A lot of times they just read, your first bullet for any position should be very strong. It's what recruiters would call a headline bullet. This is actually where that one bullet can pretty much sum up. And a lot of times you'll notice that, like, if the first bullet, and again, I'm not telling you should customize your product manager resume for every single position. It's absolutely impossible to do that, especially considering what's going on in the market right now. You still need to apply great volume. But if there's a product manager role out there that's kind of like your first love from high school, that's the one, and you did want to go ahead and customize it, this is actually what I would go ahead and do. It's very much aligned. The second bullet, usually you want to coordinate that with the second bullet as well. Now, when it comes down to the third bullet, that's when I start looking for like things that they're constantly reference over and over and over again, which is like cross-functional teams. I'll go ahead and add this in here a little bit. But be sure wherever possible, you can go out there and add some type of metrics. Those metrics don't have to be insane. Just drop a few percentages and drop metrics wherever it is that you can. Make sure that for every single position, this is actually the other thing. People keep on talking about like 1-page resume, 2-page resume. You're not going to give enough value on a position where you're only talking about you did 3 things. I see so many product manager resumes where they only have 2 bullets per position. And the person reading it's like, that's all you did for 2.5 years was 3 things? No. Optimal number, you should have 5, no more than 6 bullets per position. Because they're going to be looking at that thinking like, okay, like this person's actually done something. They've done a variety of things instead of just those 2 things. That's all you did? 3 or 4 things? That's it for that entire time? I mean, what else were you doing? Playing Call of Duty? Or swiping on Tinder? You know, it sounds mean, but there's a reason why you're not getting interviews out there. And the recruiters will never ever give you real feedback on how what they're really thinking about your resume, which is something I think you can appreciate because you actually want to get a job at Uber. So, or wherever it is that you're applying at. So do yourself a favor, put 2 to 3 minimum. You should have 3 positions represented on every single resume. And on every single resume that you have, you should have at least at the very bare minimum 4. Those 4 bullets sum up your contribution to a company. So if you don't have that there, you're not really doing yourself a favor, right? You should have minimum 4, no more than 6. With that said, out of every one of these 6 bullets, make sure that at least 2 bullets has metrics. Make sure at least 2 bullets has metrics. And you're going to be like, well, Rich, I only see 1 bullet with the metric here and a 1 bullet. Yo, you got to go ahead and come up with some of this shit yourself too, man. I can't be doing all this stuff for you, bro. Okay, this is a template. This is a template. You should go out there and add your own little spice to it, like you are doing an Asian fusion dish. Okay, so this is to give you an example. Having said that, though, where should you have the metrics? Sprinkle it in wherever possible. But this is how I don't see how you can just scrunch up everything in a resume. I mean, I'd show you guys some bad resumes, but that's like a whole different video series where the font is so small. I'm like, am I actually looking at this? That's not good either. So product manager, comma, customer acquisition or user acquisition. That's great. If you put user growth here, I would actually go with customer acquisition because it's not like user. Another thing that I would also go out there and include is they talked about user experience. So I would put product manager, comma, user experience optimization. But you might be thinking to yourself also, but Rich, that's not my official title. I don't care because they'll just say product manager as a title. You don't need to add this thing, and I don't recommend you to add this on your LinkedIn. But on your resume, if you want to get a little bit more tailored, having that little comma specialization, that can kind of help out. And generally speaking, let's just say in a 12 or 18 month span at a company, there are different things that you're more focused on than other things. Like it could be product manager, comma, operations, right? So you can go out there and add all of this in here. Again, you can reference the template here onto the Airtable. It's in there. The other thing here is also include a cover letter. I'm saying this in every video. Laziness isn't going to help you get the job. you should definitely have like a very strong cover letter. I'm writing to express my interest in the product manager position at Uber as advertised, with a strong background in driving growth for critical user segments and a proven track record of developing and implementing innovative approaches to acquire and retain customers, increase orders, and optimize user experience and engagement. I'm confident in my ability to contribute effectively to your team. In my current role as a product manager, I'm referencing a lot of the things that they're actually talking about, and I'm listing out. Some people like to go ahead and do bullets. You can. Something that's going to send a stronger message is actually numbering it. Like, okay, there's 4 things I bring to the table. It's like, all right, it's like, if you say like, well, there's a few things I could do. I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Somebody might be thinking like, when is this person going to end? Now, very important thing is, don't go ham on this part. Don't go ham. I see sometimes people are loaded up with 11 bullets. It's like, yo, human brain can't process that much information. 3 to 5 max. 4 is a good number. Nice round even. Okay, so it's like, you should also be able to say this too. Like, take this resume and this cover letter. This should kind of be like one of your interview cheat sheets that you can reference when you're on an interview. Well, why do you think you're a good fit for this role? As you can see from my cover letter, I have achievements in 4 key areas that I believe is actually going to add value to this role at Uber for a senior product manager for an eater growth position. First things first is, you notice I developed and implemented innovative strategies to drive 20% of increase in customer acquisition and retention rates. And they should be things that you should be able to talk about and have stories to get ready to be referenced from your past work history. If you are a product manager looking to transition into product management and you don't have this experience, definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn and let's talk about how to get you some. If you're an experienced product manager and you don't exactly know how to put this together, definitely go ahead and steal the template in the link in the description. Once you're done do not just copy and paste this. I'm telling you, do not just copy and paste. This is going to be, I wanted to give you guys a reference, okay? Like when people go to school and they had some British exchange students for a semester and they're like, can I just take a look at your essay to see how they write it in the States? That's what we're trying to accomplish here. You're not supposed to plagiarize. And I know some of you guys are going to go ahead and do it. Let me tell you, it's not going to help you out at all. You should definitely put your own spin on it. If you don't have the experience and the stories to back it up, chances are you probably need to level up on some of your skills. Contact me. But if you guys want me to go ahead and take a look at your resume, by all means. But the link is in the description to go out there and get both templates, along with a few others. I don't know if you guys saw my previous video where I was talking about Google. That's also in the same Airtable as well, and I'll be adding more additional resources. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to offend you. I'm here to tell you the truth so you can get the product manager job as soon as possible. Because the recruiters and the companies, they're clearly not giving you feedback on your resume. They're not giving you any feedback on your interview, and that's keeping you on the job hunt way longer. My team and I talk to so many people every single week where they're just like, just tell me what I could do better so I could just get this job, because they don't want to keep on applying, and in the process missing out on tons of opportunities. I mean, applying to product manager roles, job hunting is not fun, especially in this market. I think you'd much rather go ahead and land this job as soon as possible before you're competing against more people, because layoffs have not stopped at all. With that said, ping me on LinkedIn if you need anything else. We're going to be creating more content both here on the Richard Chen YouTube channel as well as the Product Gym YouTube channel. Apparently, 7 YouTube videos a week is just not enough to help all y'all out there. We are trying to go out there and add more gasoline to the fire to help you guys land your job as soon as possible. We're leaving no product manager behind. Contact me as soon as possible if you need help. We are here to help you. Definitely go out there and grab the resources in the Airtable. My name is Rich. I'll go ahead and talk to you very soon.